Hello everyone, welcome back. This is lecture 2, class 9th, subject English, and this is the second lecture of tenses. In my previous lecture, we discussed the meaning of tenses and the structure and usage of present. In this lecture, first we will have a look on the recapitulation, that is, a brief review of the topics, the rules, the uses which we studied in our previous lecture. Then the fourth subpart of present tense, that is present perfect continuous tense, was left. So we will discuss this. After discussing present tense, we will discuss past tense, structure and uses. So let's begin with recapitulation. Present tense. The present tense is a tense whose function is to locate any kind of event in the present time. Then we have four subparts: indefinite or simple, continuous or progressive, perfect or complete, and perfect continuous. Then we discussed simple or indefinite tense, that is simple present or present indefinite tense. Its structure was subject plus first form of the verb or the main form or the base form of the verb plus s or es plus object. Then to change the affirmative sentences into negative or interrogative, auxiliaries do or does was supposed to be used. Does is used with third person singular and do with first person, second person and third person plural. Then we discussed continuous or progressive tense. Its structure was subject plus ismr plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Then we discussed perfect tense. Perfect tense structure was subject plus has have plus verb third form of the verb plus object. Third form of the verb means past participle form of the verb. Again, the use of has and have: has used with third person singular and have used with first person, second person and third person plural. Now let's see the fourth subpart of present tense, that is present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous is used to describe an action, event or condition that has begun in the past and continues into the present. For example, he has been reading the book for 2 hours. That means this tense is used to represent any action or event or condition which began in the past but continues in the present. Its basic form is subject plus has have plus been plus first form of the verb, that is the main form or the base form, plus ing plus use of since and for plus object. Examples. Now see, since and for. Since used with particular point of time and for used with duration of time. First example, I have been reading for 2 hours. 2 hours duration of time, so use of for. I first person subject, so have. Next example, she has been waiting for an hour. We have been studying since morning. Now morning denotes a particular point of time, right? So here since is used. For negative sentences, subject plus has have plus not plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus since and for plus object. For interrogative sentences, has have will come forward, the auxiliaries will come forward, then subject, then been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus since and for plus object. Now let's see few examples of negative and interrogative sentences. I have not been reading for 2 hours. Now change this to interrogative. Auxiliary will come forward, that is have. Have I been reading for 2 hours? Then another example. She has not been waiting for an hour. In the similar manner, interrogative has will come forward. Has she been waiting for an hour? Another example. We have not been studying since morning. Now change the same to interrogative. Have we been studying since morning? So these were the examples of present perfect continuous tense. Now let's discuss the uses of present perfect continuous tense. The first use we have unfinished actions. That means this tense is used to denote unfinished actions which started in the past and continue to the present. For example, she has been working at that company for 3 years. That means unfinished actions which started in the past continues to the present. And not only continuing to the present but will extend into the future. Then another use we have actions which have recently stopped, though the whole action can be unfinished and have a result which we can often see, hear or feel in the present. That means to express an action which began in the past but now has just been completed and the result of which can be seen, that is, the result of which is present. For example, it has been raining, so the pavement is wet. It has been raining, so the result is that the pavement is wet. So these were the two uses of present perfect continuous tense. Now, as present tense was classified into 4 types, similarly past tense has also 4 subparts. That is, past indefinite or simple past tense, past continuous or progressive tense, past perfect or complete tense, and past perfect continuous tense. Now we will discuss each of their structures and their usage. First we have past indefinite tense. The simple past is a verb tense which is used to show that a completed action took place at a specific time in the past. That means simple past tense is the tense which is used to show the completed action that happened in the past and with a specified time. Its basic form is subject plus second form of the verb, that is past form of verb plus object. For negative sentences, subject plus auxiliary did is used. In simple present tense, we have used do or does. In simple past tense, did plus not plus first form of the verb plus object. Though in simple past tense we use second form of the verb, but while changing the sentences into negative and interrogative, we switch to first form of the verb, as along with did first form comes. For interrogative, did auxiliary will come forward, then subject, then first form of the verb plus object. Now let's see few examples of this tense. He drank water. Drink, drank, drunk. The past form of drink is drank. Now change this to negative. He did not drink water. Now to change affirmative to negative, we have used did and with did not plus first form of the verb. Now for interrogative, did he drink water? Did will come forward and first form of the verb. Then they read lessons. Negative, they did not read lessons. Interrogative, did they read lessons? So in such way, in such a manner, we frame past indefinite tense. Now let's see the uses of past indefinite tense. The first use we have actions that happened at a specific time in the past. Use of time adverb like yesterday or last month. For example, last year I took my exams. So past indefinite tense is used to describe the actions that happened at a specific time in the past. Next use we have to describe events that happened over a period of time in the past but not now. That means the events, the things that happened for a period of time in the past but they are not happening now. For example, I lived in Asia for 2 years. That happened 2 years back. Next use we have habitual or repeated actions that took place in the past. That means simple past tense is used to describe habitual or the repeated actions that took place in the past and now there are no more habitual actions. For example, when I was a child, we always went to the seaside on bank holidays. That used to happen a long time back when I was a child. Now comes the contrast between present perfect and simple past. That what is the difference between present perfect tense and simple past tense, as sometimes we get confused in their usage. We use definite expressions with the simple past tense like yesterday, last week, ago, last night, with such expressions that indicates that simple past tense is used. For example, I went there last summer. But with present perfect tense, we do not use definite time expressions. For example, I have been to France 3 times. That also denotes the actions that happened in the past but not with definite time expressions, whereas simple past is always used with definite time expressions. Next subpart we have is past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used to describe actions that began in the past and often continued for a short period of time after the action. That means, as the name of this tense suggests, continuous, that represents continuity of any action, but as it is past, that will reflect the continuity of any action or event which continued sometime in the past. Its basic form is subject plus was or were plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Now was will be used with singular subjects and were with plural subject. I was playing. If the subject changes to second person, you were playing. Then we were playing, they were playing, he was playing, she was playing, it was playing for affirmative sentences. For negative and for interrogative, after auxiliaries we will put not, and for interrogative auxiliaries will come forward. For example, was I playing? Were you playing? Were we playing? Were they playing? Was he playing? Was she playing? Was it playing? Now negative, after auxiliaries not will be there. I was not playing. You were not playing. We were not playing. They were not playing. He was not playing. She was not playing. It was not playing. right? So in such manner we frame sentences for past continuous tense. Now let's see more examples. First, I was listening to music. I subject was, listen plus ing, first form plus ing. Now for negative, I was not listening to music. For interrogative, auxiliary was will come forward. Was I listening to music? Next, they were dancing happily. Negative, they were not dancing happily. Interrogative, were they dancing happily? Right? Next, you were shouting loudly that time. Negative, you were not shouting loudly that time. Interrogative, were you shouting loudly that time? So, they were the examples of past continuous tense. Now, let's see the uses of past continuous tense, that where we have to use this tense. First use of past continuous is to describe a past action over a period of time, right? With a time period, that at what particular time the action was being done. What were they doing yesterday at 8 o'clock? They were working all day. So that represents a past action over a period of time. Then another use we have, it is used with simple past tense when one activity was in progress while the other took place. For example, the policeman broke his ankle while he was running after the dog. That means sometimes it is used with simple past tense to show that one activity was in progress while the other took place. Another example, my friends were watching TV when the fire started. That means friends were watching TV. The action was in progress when the other action took place, that is when the fire started. So they were the uses of past continuous tense. Another use of past continuous is to give background information in a story. For example, it was getting dark. I was walking down the road when I saw a strange man. So in such a manner, we use past continuous to give background information when the story is being displayed somewhere. Then the last use of past continuous is to describe two actions that were in progress at the same time in the past. For example, I was having a bath while my husband was cooking. So, to describe two actions that were in progress at the same time in the past, we use past continuous tense. Now, we have past perfect tense. The past perfect expresses the idea that something occurred before another action in the past. That means that something happened before another action in the past. Its basic form is subject plus had plus third form of the verb, that is past participle form plus object. For negative sentences, subject plus had plus not plus third form plus object. Then for interrogative, auxiliary had will come forward, had plus subject plus third form of the verb plus object. Now let's see few examples. First, my mom had left before I woke up. That represent what? That the action that happened after the completion or before the completion of certain event. My mom had left before I woke up. Now it's negative. My mom had not left before I woke up. Interrogative. Had my mom left before I woke up? Next. The snow had started to fall before Christmas Eve. Negative. The snow had not started to fall before Christmas Eve. Interrogative. Had the snow started to fall before Christmas Eve? So that represents action which had been completed before another action began. The team had finished practice before 10. Negative. The team had not finished practice before 10. Had the team finished practice before 10? Right. Now comes the uses of past perfect tense. First use is to describe an action that happened before another action in the past. Just we have read so many examples of this, right? For example, he had worked very hard before he finally won. Next use we have to describe an action that happened before a specific time in the past. The earlier use was before another action, now it is before a specific time. For example, they had already scored before the 9 o'clock break. Next use we have to talk about unreal or imaginary things in the past. For example, if I had known you were ill, I would have visited you. That means to talk about certain things that are unreal, that may not happen, and that is improbable. Another example, I wish I had not gone to bed so late. To represent unfulfilled wish. For that also we use past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense. We use the past perfect continuous to show that something started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. Its basic form is subject plus had plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus use of since or for plus object. Now for negative sentences, subject plus had plus not plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing, then use of since and for, and then object. For interrogative sentences, auxiliary verb will come forward, had plus subject plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus since and for plus object. Now let's see few examples of this tense. I had been working at the company for 5 years. Now for negative, I had not been working at the company for 5 years. Interrogative, had I been working at the company for 5 years? Another example, he had been throwing rocks at her window since morning. Negative, he had not been throwing rocks at her window since morning. Interrogative, had he been throwing rocks at her window since morning? Now let's see uses of past perfect continuous tense. The first use of this tense is to show that something started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. For example, they had been talking for over an hour before Tony arrived. Another example, James had been teaching at the university for more than a year before he left for Asia. That means to represent an action that had been going on for some time before another action took place. Next use we have using the past perfect continuous before another action in the past is a good way to show cause and effect. That means to talk about the continuity and also to show cause and effect, we use past perfect continuous with simple past. For example, Jason was tired because he had been jogging. Sam gained weight because he had been overeating. So they were the uses of past perfect continuous tense. Now your homework is that you have to revise the structure and usage of past tense, present perfect continuous tense, and then after that you have to do the questions given. The first question is that you have to write the following sentences in present continuous tense. There are 5 sentences. You have to write the following sentences in affirmative form of present continuous tense. Next question for you is that you have to change the following sentences into negative and interrogative form of sentence. Identify the tense, go with the structure, and then change the sentences into negative and interrogative form. They are also 5 in number. So you have to do these 2 questions in your English practice notebook, not in your fair notebook. Write down the rule of the tense and then go with the questions.